Pokemon, Vocaloid, two heavy Japanese created industries that are loved across the world. This isn't going to be which Vocaloid would be which Pokemon, although that is a very cool idea. This is about the theory that the discs called technical and hidden machines, also known as TMs and HMs, are actually songs listened to by the Pokemon to learn a move. This is not canon at all, but it is fun to see which songs would actually be attributed to the move. So let's begin our Pokemon journey on the very first episode of Songs Create the Moves. Pokemon Edition! Because, you know, maybe I want there to be other editions. But I don't know. To start off with, these are the first 10 TMs on this top 10 list. We have 1 physical, 3 special, and 6 status moves. Which means this one would be called Shock Pool, because it literally has around 5 moves that shock the Pokemon's body in some way. Starting off, I will talk about the move and then jump to the song that best fits the move. And I'll throw in a little extra tidbit on which Pokemon I like to use the move with. Here's the list of the first 10 TMs. 01, Honeclaws. 02, Dragonclaw. 03, Psyshock. 04, Calm Mind. 05, Roar. 06, Toxic. 07, Hail. 08, Bulk Up. 09, Venoshock. 10, Hidden Power. This is the first ever Songs Create the Moves. Pokemon TMs and Vocaloid music. Number 1, Honeclaws. The user sharpens his claws to boost its attack stat and accuracy. As a non-damaging dark status type move, it is specifically designed to create a sharpened edge for the user in battle. My favorite Pokemon to take advantage of this move is Gliscor, with his epic claws and epic stinger. But here's what you've all came for, the song I've chosen as the TM music. Spike by Xenon P. I wanted to choose something perfect. And what better song than about bravery and named Spike? This is all my opinion, of course, but Xenon is a master at honing your accuracy of how you listen to music at how holistically fast it is. It's amazing. With lyrics like, defeat is unacceptable, there must only be more victory, lose to no one, just keep polishing that blade, never accept pity, and pulse can never stop. Train your ear to the rules of the battlefield. I honestly think this is the perfect song for Honeclaws. Fight me, I don't care. Number 2, Dragonclaw. Just claws right after the other. The user slashes the target with huge, sharp dragon-type claws. It inflicts damage with no side effects. My favorite Pokemon to slash the crap out of my foes is none other than Garchomp, the Draconian Sand Shark. So which song out of literal millions would set this one apart from the last one? Dragon's Cry for Skyscrapers by Song. Yes, the producer's name is Song. This song is a bit more aggressive than the rest of the dragon songs, at which it foretells the dragon trying to decide where it wants to destroy. The mountains, the valleys, the town, or another dragon. Gakapo sings a bit out of tune sometimes, but it doesn't negate the meaning. In fact, I consider the sudden off-key shift as being on the opposing end of the Dragon Claw move. I mean, it's the only song I found that talked about a dragon destroying things with its gigantic claws, not with its gigantic fire breath. So why the heck not? I realize not all of these will be perfect, so you'll have to bear with me. If you know any more, the comments are right there, people. Use them. Number 3. Psyshock. The user materializes an odd cyclic wave to attack the target. This attack does physical damage despite being classified as a special move. It calculates the damage based on the user's special attack and the opponent's physical defense. It does not have the option to leave confusion, but it can most definitely affect alternate Pokemon next to the user, making it what is known as encroachment. It will even avoid sometimes, such as counter and reflect, but activate light screen or mirror coat. My favorite Pokemon to use this confusing move is none other than my level 99, Alakazam, bred specifically for special defense and speed. Industrial Grasshopper by Triple L, Triple I, Triple L, Triple I, Triple L, or Lil. Epilepsy warning. Well, Psyshock is a debilitating move, and it is supposed to confuse and disorient the opponent, but that artist's name though. One thing I love about Psyshock is that even though it is confusing, it does have a defined form, much like this song. I mean, even the flying lights remind me of the move being used. So maybe this one was based on the visuals of the video and thus music is secondary. It doesn't make the song any less weird and bright though. Number 4. Calm Mind. The user quietly focuses its mind and calms its spirit to raise its special attack and special defense. There's nothing else to it. My favorite Pokemon to calm the mind to raise its special moves is Infernape. Okay, so it's not a psychic Pokemon, but how can you not use this move to upgrade the already powerful special type fire moves? The song I chose is Calm by Villagano. As Calm Mind goes in Pokemon, there is a raindrop into water. In my mind, each beat in the song is a drop of calm water in the music. I mean, it's self-explanatory, but it's about focus, meditation. I imagine Meditite because that was the first Pokemon I remember using that with. I could seriously meditate with this song in my ear. What's your opinion on it? Is it okay for meditation? Could you go asleep with it? I don't know. It's not drowsy, it's not yawn. I'm sorry. Number 5. Roar. The target is scared off, and a different Pokemon is dragged out. In the wild, this ends a battle against a single Pokemon. Basically, it strikes fear in the hearts of the Pokemon, of the opponent, or possibly a human if you think of other things. So expect something vicious. My Pokemon of choice for this very effective move on Zubats is Manectric. Mainly because my Manectric is kinda weak, and using him as the electric type of my party exclusively halts a dangerous opponent from throwing off my battle plan. Also Zubats. I hate the freaking Zubats. Okay? The song I chose is a little intense. Parasite by Utsupi. So, what's scarier than roaring? The freaking zombie made of the diseased mosquito, that's what! Okay, so maybe this isn't exactly an accurate depiction to Roaring song, but it does strike fear into the hearts of many, as well as it being screamo. You know, roaring in your ear. Much like a cave of Zubats, moaning or roaring, so that no one gets in the way to complete the mission of survival to change the natural order, to stop the mosquitoes from being targeted by humans. Okay, I'm not going to go into the weird tangent I did a long time ago and constantly throughout videos about what if even bugs began to have civil rights, so I won't. But if you know any other song, let me know. Number 6. Toxic. A move that leaves the target badly poisoned. Its poison damage worsens every turn. It is a non-direct damage poison type move that can be learned by every single Pokemon besides a few. I have a number of Pokemon using this move, but if I had to choose a direct poison type Pokemon, I'd definitely choose Salazzle, with her ability to poison metal types, which are a nuisance to poison users. The song I'm choosing is No, Everyone's Song by Harumoko. This one I took liberties with. Don't hurt me. I couldn't find a proper Toxic song other than Britney Spears, but she's not Vocaloid. I hope not. Don't be a Vocaloid, please. Not that I don't like it, but don't be a Vocaloid. It is just completely confused the whole entire narrative of Vocaloid. But I also found this one. Toxic can be used by everyone, and it has a chemistry setting to it in Everyone's Song. Get it? Although it is talking about using every chemical known to man, and even God. However, she knows that if she's just a human, I still know that some chemicals do not need to be combined. I mean, else the effects would cause poison the water system and make heat explode, turn air into a toxin, and ultimately kill almost everyone if you're not careful enough. So yeah, this one fits the criteria better than the rest of the songs I found. If I have any other ideas, I'll say in the comments, but tell me your options. Tell me in the comments. Number 7. Hail! The user summons a hailstorm lasting 5 turns. It damages all Pokemon except the Ice type. Hail is a field move to alter the weather and certain statuses as well as certain moves as well. Hail hurts and is completely unaffected by any sort of move except for those Pokemon with weather-changing skills, such as Air Current. Personally, Ice types are like crystals to me. Fun to raise, but a little fearful in battle because I can't properly breed Ice types that well. So, my Pokemon of choice is Frostlass, combined with the sacred Ice Punch. Oh, freaky yeah! The song I chose is Frost by K-Dash. Okay, this song may be cute and possibly talk about actual winter rain and snow, but it goes on to mention that the rain is actually in her heart, and thus it hurts much like the pelting of hail against your skin. And not to mention in the Pokemon universe, hail and snow kinda go together, because if you're an Ice type, and you usually have some type of snow moves, or you live in a snow type area, and I don't know, hail doesn't exactly go along with snow in the real world. I'm not sure how that works, but this is Pokemon. Don't question it. Not to mention if you just think of ice, which hail is made of, and actually hit you in the gut from how unrelenting the sadness actually is, you think of frost. Not to mention, Frostlass is just a play on Frost Lass, which is a frost girl based on a yokai. You probably know that already. It passes on at some point, albeit in Pokemon it's 5 turns unless you're on a mountain. So yeah, I thought a dubstep song would be an alternative for this list. Come on, everybody likes dubstep, except me. Yeah. Just joking, dubstep's okay. Number 8, bulk up. The user tenses his muscles to bulk up its body, raising both its attack and defense stats. A non-damaging fighting type move, it is mainly used as a physical buffer. Hey, I even do it in before I workout. Consider it stretching before a workout, except you really shouldn't stretch, but warm up as a sort. Or bulk up, yeah! Tense up and flex those muscles, hoo-yah! I don't exactly use this move because there are more intensely better moves to work with, but it just doesn't fit my style of gaming. I guess my Pokemon of choice is Toxicroak. Very formidable if you ask me. The song I chose is Pandaloid's Exercise by Tiny Symphony. Get ready to move! If you are a Vocaloid fan and this doesn't make you move, you're fraud! Joking, I'm joking. But seriously, Miku is a dog thing called Pandaloid. This was made for the Miku 10th anniversary to pump people up for the concerts. I'm not joking. This is perfect, even though it talks about donuts just before the rest of the Krypton Vocaloids come in to dance with her. I want to learn these moves honestly. Some I can't exactly do, but I can learn if I get bone replacement surgery, you know? Get hyped! Number 9, Venoshock. The user drenches the target in a special poisonous liquid. Venoshock inflicts damage, and its power is doubled to 130 if the target is poisoned. Venoshock is a potentially powerful move, only as long as you have a move that can render the opponent poisoned. So to do this, I usually use Scolipede with the skill Poison Point to poison enemies if they attack. The song I chose is V-E-N-O-M by 22. Okay, the move is in the name of it, but luckily I did a translation check and it came out with words such as you and venom. So I actually assume it's talking about something even though I have no idea of the context of all these words I can't find anywhere to translate. But this is a catchy and hard-rocking song, fits perfect for the potentially dangerous move. Except it really doesn't become super dangerous until the other is poisoned, which would mean you'd have to either use Toxic or other twice a move, which in my opinion really should downgrade the intensity of the song chosen, which is why I went with this one. Number 10, Hidden Power. A unique attack that varies in type depending on the Pokemon using it. A very intensely variable move that can go along with almost every Pokemon as well. The biggest Pokemon with this move is that it is essentially a chameleon move. So why the heck not give it to my pal Kecleon for the awesome memories of my childhood playing Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Because, you know, I just had him with my party all the time. All the frickin' time. The song I chose is The Ultimate Black Magic Sealed in Ancient Times or otherwise known as The Law of Nature, by Utatapi. As with most Utatapi songs, he has a very subtle way of showing the world and how it truly is in extremely fast, lyrically heavy songs known to dip into politics and religion, as well as showing them in gaming format at times, which I think is awesome. I just think it's pretty awesome. Law of Nature is strictly towards the game Mayu is in as the main boss. But with previous songs of Utatapi, I'm suspecting it's got something more to talk about, which is why I chose this song. Black magic is a hidden power known as selfish magic or world-breaking magic, and it is hidden away for a lot of reasons in a lot of texts and games, and often music as well. And even when I can't find the absolute true meaning of the song, all the better because it truly is hidden power songs. Or song good. Song good. Oh, so you have reached to the interlude. Thank you so very much for doing this, reaching all the way over here. I mean, it's just so fun to do this and come up with unique ideas for other things like Vocaloid music and Pokemon, two things I love the most in the world. So anyway, before we get on to HM01, I want to say that Teespring.com has new, brand spanking new, six new designs. 1. Mama Haku. 2. Super Saiyan Sawbat. 3. And we can't forget my main attraction, the complete shirt compiled to your chest. As in a way to say, hey, I support this new creator. His album is Embrace. Even though it hasn't come out yet. And he has no idea when it's coming out. I support him. Yeah, go on ahead. Go down into teespring.com and subscribe to me, because I will release a lot more unique designs. Because of the main fact that, I don't know, I like to have a lot of options. I may even do pants. Bring it on. I may even do backpacks and other stuff. Hey, a poster. Posters would be nice. But in any way, remember, I have a Patreon, and if you want to support me on Patreon, there you go. It's in the description. Go ahead. Press it. You get all kinds of upgrades. You can go to get the $5 special upgrade where you can get a lot of stuff. And if you pay just $5, you get your name at the end of each of my most major videos. I'm not joking. Want it? It's right there. $5 a month. Easy! You want me to call your name out? Oh baby, I will do it, lady. Or man. Or kid. I don't know your age. Probably don't donate if you're like under 13, because that'd be illegal. I'm not sure. I don't know why. But anyway, so let's get back into the music. How do you say? Let's go! Oh wait, that's Mario, not Pokemon. Poop. And finally, the secret song. HM01. Cut. The target is cut with a scythe or claw. This can also be used to cut down thin trees. It is a damage-dealing normal type move introduced in Generation 1. It was HM01 until Generation 7. Cut was always the most natural move a Pokemon could use. Its extremely simple design and okay power and high accuracy gave it a strong competitor to other normal moves. Now, I want to not add in Pokemon that were HM slaves, okay? Because they definitely did exist. So, I would have to simply use Shedinja, because why the heck not? Now, the ultimate song you would think for this would be something like Blandness. Nope. Welcome to Crow's Claw by Croward. You know, when I think cut, I think generic move. And yeah, there are many generic songs like Cut Off the Rope and Cut and Paste, but I wanted to brighten you all to have a truly spectacular song for each hidden machine we cover. This song, in my opinion, is so lovely, and you can feel the sweat that Crowward put into this. It tells of a story of a whetstone called the Crow's Claw, which, as you live, it gets worn down. And that's the proof you have lived in a world that easily forgets the best when your story cuts someone's heart. It really is an extremely poetic song, and that's why it is seemingly boring spectacle that is cut. So, how do you feel about this? Do you want me to always do the HMs as, spectacular songs instead of representing the move? Because, I don't know. Or do you want it to keep it spectacular? Finding the most spectacular songs for the HMs. Because they're special. Because they're hidden in the rubble. So, that was the list. If you agree or disagree, then just say so in the comments, your thoughts. But don't go past TM10, okay? Because the next 11 through 20, as well as HM02, will arrive sometime. I'm not sure when, but I'm trying my best. And thank you for the support, everyone. Hitting 100,000 views is something I've dreamt about. How about 1 million views? Can we get 1 million views over here? We're only 900,000 away. Yay. Or even better, how about just 1,000 subscribers? Come on. This is what I've been working for. Come on, please. This video has gone on long enough, so if you want more Vocaloid or gaming content, then press that subscribe button. And if you want to see more songs create the moves, then you go ahead and click that like button as well. I think you'll come back. I know you'll come back for some more Pokemon TM moves as Vocaloid songs. So catch it next time.